and welcome to MSU Inside Out. I'm your host, Sadie Lynn.
And I'm Dalton Davis. Today is National Hug a Bear Day for some reason. Don't ask us why. But we celebrated accordingly with some Bears Cat donuts. We want to shout out Bears Cat for sponsoring us and giving us some awesome donuts before each production on Thursdays. With that being said, what do we got coming up in the show, Sadie?
Well, to start, we have two incredible interviews coming up. One of them is with an art capstone student.
And then another with a third-year MSU Nursing student. We're going to be showing off some different programs offered here at Minot State.
We also have the United Kingdom's new Conservative Party leader.
Siri is going to bring us a live shot with a senior MSU basketball player.
And a new book review about dystopian novels.
And then we're going to take a look at the great weather coming up this weekend. But first, Tayton, flu season's coming up, and Minot State, they offer something pretty cool for this time of year.
Yeah, the final student-free flu vaccine clinic is on its way. The final vaccine clinic is coming up next Thursday. It will be held in the Student Center atrium from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Vaccines are free for all currently enrolled students and employees that have Sanford insurance. Staff and faculty are also encouraged to bring their insurance information along for billing purposes. Consent forms can be filled out online or in person at the clinic on Thursday. Yesterday, we went out to ask students that voted for the first time at Minot State and ask what their reasoning was for going out to vote.
It was my first time voting in an election this year, and I wanted my voice to be heard.
So the reason why I decided to vote is because I wanted to practice my constitutional right. It's my first time doing it, even though I could have done it back in 2020. But I just felt like, having the opportunity, why not take a stab at it?
Well, I had the opportunity to vote during the midterms, but I didn't have enough information at the time, and I wasn't aware of really politics at the time. So I did my research this year, and I really wanted to do my duty as an American citizen to vote and get out there and vote for our next president.
Since we are on a college campus, a lot of students, this was their first time being able to vote. Sadie, Dalton, did you do your civic duty on Tuesday?
I wasn't able to head back home this weekend, but this would have been my first time voting for me.
I also did not vote. I just forgot.
Way to go, Sadie. That's our civic duty. That's all right. We're going to be kicking it to Alex. Alex is going to give us a new series on dystopian novels for her book series in reading.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my book review. This week we are going to continue our book series you should read if you're just getting back into reading. I watched Divergent with my roommate the other weekend, and it reminded me of the Maze Runner series. Now, the Maze Runner series is a dystopian novel series. Obviously, it has also become a movie series as well. But let me tell you, the book series is phenomenal. So it is about these individuals who are immune to a worldwide disease that has been killing people or turning them into essentially zombies. It's kind of like The Last of Us, and it's kind of like Divergent, Hunger Games. It brings in a lot of those different type of dystopian topics. This one is very similar to Percy Jackson in the sense that it's a very quick and easy read, but its character growth and the growth of the story and the plot is super fascinating. Definitely, I'd say the series as a whole is a 9.5 out of 10. So if you are more of the dystopian novel type reader compared to maybe like mythology, then definitely Maze Runner is the book series for you. See you next time.
Thank you, Alex, for that book review. Minot State offers one of the best nursing programs in the state. Joining me now to talk about it is third-year nursing student Chloe Clark. Chloe, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
First of all, I want to start with you and your background. What got you interested in a nursing career for a path you wanted to go down?
Well, since I was little, I kind of have always wanted to be a nurse. And then as I got older in high school and stuff, I took a lot of medical classes, and that just kind of solidified it for me.
So you're a native of Montana. What brought you to Minot, North Dakota, of all places?
Well, my brother actually attends school here, and so he kind of introduced me to it. And then I came and toured the facilities, fell in love with it, and decided to give it a shot.
What has impressed you most about being in Minot's nursing program?
The nursing program is such a tight-knit group. I love the community. You get to know all the instructors super well. And I think it's just really important to have a good community, especially when you're going through something like nursing school, which can be very challenging.
Yeah, you talk about that community, just the student to faculty ratio. What is that like, and how important is that for you as a student?
So to me, that was really, really important. I knew coming to Minot State, I would be more than just a number in a class. And so our cohort is 23 students, and we have 2 teachers. And the teachers all know our names. We are able to create those bonds, so that just helps a lot throughout the program.
Well, last spring, you got accepted into the nursing program. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
What was the process for getting accepted like?
So you first start with about a year and a half of prereqs, so a lot of your generals, your science classes, and then you have to apply, and they take all the applications, look through people's resumes. You have to take a TEAS test, it's called, if you're from out of state, and then they narrow it down to 24 applicants, I believe, and yeah, that's how you're chosen.
What is the commencement ceremony? What is that like?
Yeah, so it's called a white coat ceremony. So we get like our white coats, we get pinned, and then we walk across the stage and shake hands with the chair, and then they do a whole like candle lit ceremony. So it's a pretty cool moment. And
so if someone was interested in the nursing program, what would you tell them to recommend them for this?
I would 100% recommend it. It is a pretty competitive program, so it's important that you do, have good grades and you are committed. But just like I said, you know your instructors very well. You get to know your peers really well. The facility is amazing. We have so many cool simulations and labs. We get lots of clinical hours, so it's overall just a great program to be a part of.
And now you have a job working at the new hospital downtown.
Yes, I do.
How has your training here applied to that job and helped you?
So I think a lot of times it can be really, really kind of scary going into a real hospital setting. So being able to be in the program here, kind of learning throughout simulations and through our labs, I can take what I've learned and interact with patients and kind of just remind myself that, I've been practicing some of this stuff and now it's just different with real people. But yeah.
Well, congrats on getting that job. What do you have for career goals as far as what you want to do in the future?
So I'm not 100% sure like what area of nursing that I want to work in, but eventually I want to go back to school and get my master's in higher education and eventually teach nursing students. So I'll work for a nurse for quite a while and then I'll go back to school and teach nursing students. So,
awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're trying to fulfill your childhood dreams.
Yes.
Thank you for joining me today, guys. If you are interested in MSU Nursing at all, we're going to leave links in the description to the webpage, as well as you guys have an Instagram page.
We do.
MSU Nursing. Check them out. We're going to take it to a quick Underwriters break, but afterwards Zoe is going to give us updates on where the women's hockey team is headed, as well as Siri giving us a live shot interview with a senior basketball player.
Minot State's small enough that you get to experience a lot of good things. To get into radio right away, TV right away, work as a director, a producer, or a talent on the show. It's really fun to be involved in doing all those things. We've got the new technical equipment. Everything you work with here, for the most part, is going to be out there in the real world. Neil Roberts is a great mentor. He has been seasoned in TV and radio and able to bring that experience to the classroom, and he's personable. He has a passion for it, and he wants everyone else to share that passion as well. I'm the director and producer of Inside Out. I work with a lot of different people and make sure that everyone's satisfied and everybody's working together to make communication what it is. Over this semester, everybody's worked together and found this rhythm with each other, and it all just comes together. It makes a really nice finished product.
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out.
Guys, we want to give us a quick shout out to the KMSU auction that's coming up on December 5th at 6:30. Check that out. We've been working hard on getting donations from different businesses. We want you guys to tune in and spend your money on us because we appreciate it. We're also going to be giving part of the proceeds to Vets for Vets, our donation or our charity this year. So be sure to check that out. That's December 5th at 6:30. With that being said, Zoe, the women's hockey team is coming off an exciting weekend, and they're headed somewhere next week. That's also pretty exciting.
Yes, they are. They're actually in Missouri. So the Minot State Beavers women's hockey team is headed to Missouri for the WMCH Showcase. The Beavers are starting off the showcase playing against Lindenwood. They split the series this past weekend 1-1. Now, actually, as of probably 30 minutes ago, our women did win in overtime 3-2. Yet on Sunday, 6 of our own players will be playing in the WMCH All-Star Game. Paige Kozak, Chrissy Rink, Paige Ackerman, McKenna Beard, and Haley Beaver have all been selected. They will be competing in the All-Star Game that concludes this weekend showcase. The Minot State football team had a back-to-back battle this past Saturday. Both defense and offense put up a fight. Carson Chrisman totaled 145 yards to lead the Beavers' ground attack. He also added 3 touchdowns in the game. Devin Daniels had 90 rushing yards and 1 touchdown. Nalu Cudero helped lead the defensive effort with 1 interception. Cody Reitzman added 3 tackles with 1 interception, and his brother Connor Reitzman had 1 sack and 1 fumble recovery. Siri Gudino has 2 back-to-back shutouts this past weekend. The effort got Siri her second NSIC goalie of the week. This is Siri's 10th shutout of the season. She has had a great season so far, and we are very proud of her here at Minot State. Back on the ice, the men's hockey team is home this weekend. The Beavers will be taking on Waldorf University. They will be taking on the Warriors at 3:30 on Friday and 3 p.m. on Saturday. Now we are going to kick it to Siri, who has a live shot with basketball player Jaxon Gunville.
We're here in the Dome where I'm with basketball player Jaxon Gunville, and we're going to get to know him a little more. Hello, Jaxon. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So I just want to get started off by asking about your NSIC Player to Watch. How did it feel to earn that award, and how did the team react to it?
It's an incredible award to get. It shows that you just put in a lot of hard work over the years, but mostly it's just I'm just excited to get going this year and get going with the guys and see what we can accomplish. We had a really successful year last year, and I think we can really keep chugging away this year and be even more successful.
And just real quick on last year, you guys were nationally ranked, and you guys had a great season overall. I mean, everyone here was just talking about how great you guys did. Yep. What are maybe some things you're hoping for in this season coming up?
Yeah, I think just sustaining the level of play that we established last year. Last year we kind of really showed that Minot State can be a force in the NSIC for basketball, and I think that we need to keep that standard up that we established last year and just know that it's not going to come easy this year, and it's going to take a lot of work because we got a lot of new guys, but it's really exciting because it is new, and it's just a new challenge this year, and that's what's been most fun about it.
All right, and coming up with this season, you guys are going to Puerto Rico next week. How do you feel just over about the trip, but also you're going out and playing some games?
Yeah, it'll be fun. My freshman year, my first year here, so 5 years ago, we were going to go to Australia, and then COVID cut that short, so it'll be fun to go to Puerto Rico this year, kind of my first big trip. So it'll be good to find a balance between having fun in Puerto Rico, but knowing that it's a business trip too, and going and taking care of business with our early games in the morning, and then hopefully getting to relax a little bit in the evening. But it'll be important to take care of our business first.
And with just your first game coming up, more in January, or when's your first actual conference game?
So I'm not sure exactly when our first conference game is, but our first actual game that counts is this Friday in Duluth we go to a conference challenge. So we got a couple games against East Central and then Southeast Oklahoma coming up this weekend. So it'll be fun to get back into the swing of things with that.
And just as a student athlete, are you like nervous being away for so long as well?
Oh, it's I've already been in constant communication with my professors early about leaving because I'm not going to be in class for like a week and a half now, so I've had to get some stuff done before. But yeah, it'll be good. Hopefully get my stuff done before so I don't have to study and work on school too much on the road.
Thank you so much, Jackson.
Yep, thanks for having me.
And that was Jaxon Gunville. And with men's basketball, make sure to catch men's basketball this season while they have an anticipated great season coming on. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Siri, for that live shot with Jackson. Minot State art students are hosting another Capstone exhibition in the spring of next year. Joining me now is one of those Capstone students, Tamara Young. Tamara, thank you for coming on MSU Inside Out.
Thank you guys for having me.
So I know your capstone that you were doing is a series of photographs. Can you tell me about what inspired your choice of photography as your primary medium, and how has your approach to the medium evolved over the course of your studies?
Well, basically I kind of got lucky because I decided to not take capstone last semester or last fall, so I had basically like a whole year to kind of think and play with ideas and stuff like that of what I wanted to do. So I have noticed that there's not a lot of First Nations / Native American photographers, so I wanted to do something more from a Native American First Nations person's point of view and type of experiences and things like that that we go through. So it's taken on that, like issues and stuff like that, and cultural sharing. So yeah.
Can you describe the conceptual focus of your capstone project, and like what exact themes or ideas are you exploring through your photography?
I'm exploring themes and ideas, memories and stuff like that that come from my own experience and my own experiences being a First Nations person, and just trying to bring out awareness, things like that, issues that we may go through, cultural experiences, stuff like that, just sharing, yeah.
Are there particular photographers or artistic movements that have influenced your work?
Right as of now, I can honestly say no. I'm really kind of big into like films and movies, and I have like my whole life. So probably a lot of the stuff that I get, imagery I get from a lot of stuff that I've seen as a kid. So I really don't have like any favorite photographers or anybody that really inspires me that much. More like movies, like maybe like Back to the Future. I love like the time travel thing, Pulp Fiction, things like that, those types of imagery, yeah.
And have you experimented with different photographic techniques or processes like digital, mixed media, film?
I could say the only thing that I have so far experimented with besides the digital is the black and white film that we're doing. I would love to learn how to do also color eventually, and I've also learned how to do, what is that one? The one that you're doing right now. I'm sorry, I forgot what it's called because I've only did like so many of it. What is it called with the big camera there?
Oh, the collodion.
Yeah, the collodion, sorry. Yeah, I've only done like a couple of those, and I really wasn't too interested in that. It's too much, but yeah.
And how do you select the subjects of your photographs?
Basically, I come up with these ideas, and sometimes, like a lot of times, I see these images in my head, and a lot of times I want to share these. So basically, they come to me if I'm thinking about certain things that I want to express, you know. So, but yeah.
And what challenges have you faced in completing your capstone project?
Is that I just have so many ideas, and it's just kind of like I have to kind of narrow it all back down to be like, no, just stick to the main shots that you want to do, and then if you need to reshoot them or if you want to shoot them in other ways, do that, but don't get off track. So yeah, so I think I have like about 15 images that I want to do, so yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Well, thank you, Tamara, for coming on MSU Inside Out and sharing your artistic journey with me. The date may be far away, but make sure you check out the MSU Art Capstone exhibition on May 2nd at 6:30 p.m. in the Northwest Art Center. The United Kingdom's Conservative Party elects their first black woman as party leader. Here's Godwin Great with more on the story.
This week's international news comes from the United Kingdom, where Kemi Badenoch has emerged as the new leader of the UK's Conservative Party, also known as the Tory Party. This marks a historical moment and a significant shift for the Tories, as Kemi becomes the first black woman and first black leader of any British political party. Kemi Badenoch was born in Wimbledon, London, but spent most of her childhood in Lagos, Nigeria. She returned to the UK at age 16 and began her political journey by joining the Conservative Party in 2005. A decade later, she won a seat in the House of Commons during the 2015 general election. After announcing her bid for the party's leadership on July 28, 2024, Kemi quickly became one of the two major candidates in the race, the other being Robert Jenrick. On October 15, 2024, Kemi won the leadership with 56.5% votes, narrowly defeating Jenrick, who had 43.5% votes, making this one of the closest Tory leadership in recent history. Although some conservative Brits are yet to fully support her, many trust Kemi's ability to defend conservative values and Tory policies. In her acceptance speech, Kemi listed two major responsibilities of her party. The first is to hold the Labour government accountable, and the second is to have a clear set of conservative pledges for the British people and a plan to implement these pledges. Godwin Great, KMSU International News Correspondent.
Thank you, Paul, for the international news package.
Guys, we're going to shout out our question of the day. Leave it in the leave your answer in the comments. Question of the day today is going to be, what was your dream job as a kid? We know Chloe's out there going after her dreams, as well as
Tamara.
Tamara going after her dreams. Guys, leave it in the comments below. We're going to kick it to a quick Underwriters break, but afterwards, Maddie's going to give us an update on the great weather this weekend.
How's the weather looking this weekend, and what is up in our nation's capital?
Well, today it was beautiful. I didn't even wear a coat, so it seems like fall is kind of just trying to hold on, and I'm not really complaining. Currently in the Magic City, it is 47 degrees out, and that sun brought us a high of 54 degrees today and a low of 30 tonight. Precipitation may be expected. It's a bit up in the air right now because humidity is at 52%, and as humidity increases, the chance of precipitation also increases. The sun is already starting to set at 5:16 p.m. We're really missing the sun here, but it won't get too cold tonight, again with a low of 30. So thank you, Bear Scat Donuts, for sponsoring our current weather. Moving on to the Papa John's 7-day forecast, it's going to be a beautiful weekend. We didn't think we'd see many of these this late in November, but here we are. We have a lot of sun tomorrow, again Friday, and a high of 56, high of 59 on Saturday, and on Sunday a high of 57. Now as we move on into the start of next week, we are going to get into the 40s again, high of 48 on Monday, and the rest of the week we're going to have highs in the 40s and the low 50s. So thank you again, Papa John's, for sponsoring our 7-day forecast. Now, after the stormy election season, we've finally reached warmer and calmer weather. So let's see what's going on in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Currently, it is 72 degrees there. It's very cloudy. It's going to be cloudy throughout the rest of the night as well. Wish we had this weather, but we'll take the 50s. And the high over in DC was 78 and the low of 53. Now, Sadie, it's going to be such a nice weekend. Please tell me you're going to get out there and do something fun.
You know, since the weather is looking pretty nice, I do hope to ride horses.
I'm going to be checking out the frolfing. Me and our director, Clayton, we're going to try and get out there one last time before it gets too chilly to frolf anymore this season. But with that being said, we're going to wrap up this show. We had some awesome interviews from Chloe, the MSU Nursing student, as well as
Tamara with the Art Capstone exhibition.
Siri gave us an awesome live shot interview with Jaxon Gunville, the Minot State basketball player.
And the United Kingdom's new Conservative Party leader.
As well as the book review from Alex. We want to thank everyone on our talent show, all of our talent for their awesome packages today. We're gonna shout outs one last time to our social media guys. Go check out our social media, our Instagram and our Facebook. We've been posting a lot more reels lately, and our team has been trying to get more content going and circulating over there. So make sure to give us a follow on each of those, as well as leave your answer to the comment of the day in the comment section. What was your dream job growing up? I know we have a bunch of adults watching our show, but that doesn't mean that you're not done growing up and you don't have a dream job. So leave it in the comments below. We want to hear from you guys, and we want to start some discussion/debates on what was the best job growing up. What was your dream job, Sadie?
You know, I actually don't know. I think I wanted to be a dermatologist when I was younger.
A dermatologist?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Skin. Quite the jump from dermatology to pro-com.
That is quite the jump. I wanted to be a NASCAR driver because Cars was my favorite show and favorite movie. It was the best. I can recite any Cars quote you need me to. I'll be there. And so I wanted to be a NASCAR driver. Still want to be a NASCAR driver if this TV stuff doesn't work out or if I just get an awesome opportunity. But I am not rich and I don't own a really fast car, so that's not going to be happening anytime soon. But yeah, guys, leave us a comment down below. Let us know. And yeah, we're going to see you guys next week. We don't have a Saturday showdown this weekend, but next weekend when the Beavs football team will be back at the Herb, we're going to be having a Saturday showdown at 10:30, as well as that next Monday, our next Inside the Dam at 2:30. That's going to be live then. Make sure to check us out there, and we'll see you guys next week at 5 for Inside Out.